Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. This is a lab report of variable practice and schema development. So the purpose of this lab experiment is to examine schema development through variable practice. So why this lab experiment is important? It is to enhance the retention, generalization and application of acquired skills. And also to see how participants in the variable practice group improve their mechanical efficiency and become more variable than the control group. So the material needed for this lab experiment, the first one is rubber ball. Okay. The second one is a tape. The third one is marker pens. The fourth one is group sheet and individual sheets. And then a wall with 220 centimeter height and 200 centimeter width. For each targeted area is 20 centimeter height.
There are components that very important during conducting lab field or test, which are test validity and test reliability. We have done a variable practice and schema development lab field. So first we must to know the validity of the test. Okay, to be valid, a test must first be reliable. Okay, test validity means that the test measures what you think it measures. So we got this lab field from our lecturer, Dr. Ani. So we know the test is valid because it has been used internationally. Okay, next is test reliability. Before a test can be useful as a measurement tool, it must be shown to yield reliable information that is consistent scores on separate occasion. For example, in our lab field, the consistency that we need is the layout of scoring pattern. So we need to make a scoring pattern at the wall and measure for the every block of score in a same measurement to make it consistent. Okay, other than that is the distance the distance for participant to throwing the ball. So we need to make sure the distance is measured accurately according to the procedure that we need. For example, for 5 meter, 6 meter and 7 meter. So we must to make sure the measurement or the distance is accurate.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Shakib bin Azmi. I will be presenting about the subject description, which is consists of gender, height, weight, and also the fitness level. As you can see in this table is about our subject description, which consists of gender, age, height, weight, and also the fitness level. At the bottom part of the table, you can see the average for age, which is 24.6. The majority of our subject is mostly come from the age of 24. Regarding to gender that participate in our test, which is consists of 14%, that divide by 10 males and also 4 females. So the percentage for the participant of male is about 71%. Meanwhile, the percentage for female participation is about 29%. As you can see, the fitness level for both of the gender is moderate. In terms of height, for male, the highest that already been recorded is about 177 cm. Meanwhile, the lowest for male is about 167 centimeters. Meanwhile, for females, the highest that has been recorded, which is 166 cm. Meanwhile, the lowest is about 159 centimeters. For weight, the highest for male is about 104 kg. Meanwhile, the lowest is about 60 kg. For females, the highest weight that has been recorded is about 67 kg. Meanwhile, the lowest is about 45 kg.
Now we are here at Station 1. Station 1 is where we do a constant practice, which the participants are going to stand only on the 5 meters. There you can see our participants is standing right at the 5 meter, and she's going to do the attempt for 30 times. She's going to throw the rugby ball towards the box that we had put on the wall over here. So we have 11 boxes, which different on 20 cm each. So, and the trials are going to take for 30 trials, and then the actual attempts they are going to do for 10 times. Okay, the actual attempt at the 6 meter, and they are going to throw the rugby ball towards the boxes, and the boxes we have a different points, so that is how we evaluate their performance. Now you can see we already marked at the floor the 6 meter, which is our actual attempt, and the 5 meter, our trial. Okay, now our participant has already finished with her trial, and now she's going to do with the actual attempt. She's going to do 10 attempts for the actual attempt. Okay. Sure, go.
For this station, there will be a different variable which is more on the distance. As you can see, at the marker there are 4 meter, 5 meter, and 7 meter. And 7 meter for practice. Okay, for every 4 meter, 5 meter, and 7 meter, they will practice on 10 trials. And for the present test, there will be 6 trial. Okay, the distance for them to throw. So they will throw at the target that already been done, and they have their own consecutive mark. So for every marks that they throw the ball inside the target zone, they will be given a mark. So if they throw the ball outside of the line, there will be no marks for them. So it will be dash. But if they throw the ball between the line, the marks will be on the more the area of the ball being touched. Okay. Okay. So the examiner will sit over there to see where the ball landed, and we will count on the absolute error and also the constant error. So we will calculate the mean and do a bar graph. Okay, that's all from me. So we will start for the test.
Okay, Faris. Now you start your first attempt at 4 meter. Okay. For second attempt, is you must to do at 5 meter. Are you ready, Faris?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. For the last attempt at 7 meter. Okay. Faris, are you still with the spirit?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Pak. Kali-kali itu dia kepala dulu.
Now we proceed to the transfer test, which is you must to do at 6 meter from the target zone. Okay? Are you ready, Faris? You have to do at 10 trials.
I'm Fadli, and today I'm going to discuss on the difficulty of interpreting results on the test. And after going into multiple reviews and asking several questions on participants, let's see what I got. First thing I've encountered, so this is number one is the participant movement patterns. So movement patterns is very important. It's defined as a uniform for several tests and movement from the participant. As you can see on the right, the legs are more stiff and the hands are more straight. With this particular movement patterns, and it can affect it will be very low. It can make the results really different from others. So on the right, the participants are really more bent, the knees are more bent, and also the shoulders are really not stiff. And this is a better way to do this test because you have your center of gravity pulling through down, and you have more better aim, more better throwing with this kind of movement patterns. So I think the center of gravity can make a major play in this test. Our limited space of the test can affect the results of the ball trajectory. Because we're doing it indoors, it affects the ball differently. When you're throwing it too high, it hits the ceilings and not hitting the wall. Because if you're doing it outside in an open space, the ball have more better trajectory and more better aim. Now we understand that closed space can have an effect to the trajectory of the ball because the results can be varied because there are a lot of the participants have cross marks on their result because of this, because the ball hitting the ceiling and not hitting the wall.
Hi, now we are going to talk about the problems that we encountered during the test. So there are several problems that I have faced, that I have observed during the test. The first one is the selection of the tape color. So the tape color that we use as our border is white. So we seem to find it difficult to differentiate between where is the border of the box. So that thing really bothers the participant, and maybe we should use some more contra color like black color tapes. Okay, the next one is the position of the waiting participant. So the participant that is waiting for their turn is they are not sit at the place that we have made for them. So during the test, the participant sits everywhere. So that is actually dangerous because when the participant that is doing the test is throwing the ball bounce randomly. So maybe it will go straight, maybe it will go left or right. So when participants did not sit in the proper area that we have made for them, so it is dangerous because they have the chance to get hit by the ball. The venue that we have chosen to make the test is not suitable. So the venue we chose for the test is a studio, and for me it is very not suitable because the ceiling is quite low, I mean not high, so there is a chance that the ball will hit the ceiling and maybe it will hit the window. So it is better if we do the test on outside, so it is more safe and there will be no accidents of the venue. Okay, so the last point is where the observer did not give a fixed decision about the where the ball hit the box. So during the test, we have put 2 observers to observe where the ball that have been thrown by a participant to the box. So one participant said the ball hit at the number 1 box. The next observer said that the ball hit on another box. So that is quite difficult because we cannot have a fixed decision. So that is for me. Thank you. Okay, there are few things that need to be considered to improve the test. The first thing is the number of ball must be increasing in number. This is because the number of participants is quite high. So it is easier if the participant have 1 ball for each of them. The second one is use football ball instead of rugby ball. This is because the football ball is small in size compared to rugby ball, so the participant easy to grab the ball while doing the test. The third one is more open space. This is because to avoid any disturbance while doing the test, and the participant will have a more comfortable session. The last one is the selection of the border. The selection of the border must be clear and colourful in colour. It is because to make the participant easy to hit the target, and for the observer can see more clear the marks that being hit by the performer while doing the test. So the selection of the border must be clear in colour. Thank you. That's all.
So, I can conclude the further discussion for the lab test is first is discuss on the difficulties that the problem that encountered during the test, and then we discuss on the consideration to improve the test, and the last thing is discuss on the difficulties to interpret the data. So for the first is discussion is the tip on the wall are not very clear, so it is difficult for the subject to target the wall to aiming. And then the next is the space are not big, so some ball attack too high and then it is attacked to the ceiling, so there's some problem that encountered during the test. And then for the things for the consideration to improve the test is need the bigger space so that there is no barrier will appear. And then for the ball, I think that we need to increase the number of the ball to make sure that the subject can do the test continuously. Okay, so there is the conclusion for the discussion.